Hi everybody, sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuka ama reality shows ethu alla eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows. Siyaphinda ke futhi sikhulume ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu alla eMzansi. If it's your first time joining me today and you really like my content, there is a subscribe button la ngezansi and a notification bell. Uma ngabe ufuna ukuthola umyalezo uma umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Guys, there is a join button for all of those that want to be members of the channel. It is very cheap, very reasonable. Also, we thank you so much for those who press the thank you button so that they can donate money to the channel. And please watch an advert or two more video. We appreciate that a lot. Okay. So I guess sihlebe kancane sihlebe ngoThobile Mseleku, or what's going on with Thobile Mseleku. Those who watch Ntando Mthembu would know that it must have been season 2 or 3 where Thobile came back and started a season by updating us about her life. And at the time she had had so many changes in her life and changes especially in her career, and she had left her old job because she had gotten this really good job with a mining company. I remember even at the time thinking, a mining company, what does Thobile actually do? You know, because from what I know of Thobile, she did not go to any tertiary institution. So I've always wondered, would see when she works in corporate, what does she do exactly? Because not to say that if you work in corporate, you must be somebody that went to university. But obviously, if you studied a certain qualification, it's easy to make a determination that, for an example, if you did accounting, that maybe you're an accountant or accounting officer, whatever it is, you know. So I was wondering what she does when it comes to that mining company that she was working for. They even showed herself being in the office at some point, just snipanyana. And also she had started working in radio very early on, you guys. It must have been Igagas then, not even Vuma FM, I think. Okay, she had a slot there. So her life, Thobile is one of those wives where career-wise, she really has made some moves because of the opportunities that have come with the show. So now I think what we are going to talk about today is that company that she had said that she had got a job with at that time. Okay, so she's having some issues with the owners of the company because they had hired her as a director, but it turns out that she wasn't really doing anything there. They just used her as a face for the company so that they could get this license that they really wanted. But in this article, you guys, she talks about her experience. Okay, and this is very relatable because this is an experience of a lot of women that get hired in certain positions, and you think that it's because really people have confidence in you and what you can do for the company, and you don't know that you're not going to be able to do any work there. You're not going to be able to make any changes that you want to make. You're not going to be able to make any decision, and you know, any decisions. You're just going to be a face. They just want to say that we have somebody that is black, that is a director in a company, and that's all. And they're going to be ignoring you and all of that. And it seems like in this company, she went through that. Okay, so we're going to go through this article just to get the details on what is happening, because she has opened a case against these the owners of this company. This article is written by Itumeleng Mafisa for IOL. Okay, so it says Thobile Mseleku lays charges against ex-business associates. Okay, Thobile Makhumalo Mseleku, a real housewife of Durban Star, has filed criminal charges with the SAPS and the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy against former business associates Piri and Wayne Barnett, father and son. Makhumalo, as she is known, claimed that they made her out to be a ducky for hire to enable them to persuade the DMRE to grant 2 of their company's mining permits in KwaZulu-Natal. The criminal charges have since been allocated for investigation to the Directorate of Priority Crime Investigation for further action. In communications seen by independent media between Mseleku and the authorities, she describes how the baronet hired her as the Director of Community Liaisons as their Mzumbe mining company on the July 6th, 2019. I think it's around the time when they were doing the show. Mseleku told the authorities that Mzumbe feared that they would not be allocated the permits when the current ones expired because of the environmental concerns the DMRE raised after complaints by the local community, and that the baronet then applied for new permits via the new entity, Ntando Prox. They then told her to resign from Mzumbe and start working as a director at Ntando Prox in November 2019. Okay, I feel like I understand what is happening and what her complaint is here, because obviously they made her quit a job where she was working so that she can come and work for this company. But it's clear that they just wanted to be in an advantage in terms of applying for a new permit, so they wanted to use her face. They were already known in the industry, and there were chances that they were not going to get that permit because there had already been complaints from the community because of environmental concerns concerning their company, so they might not have gotten the permit if they had not used her. So it's like they started a new company and then used her as a face so that they could get the permits. You guys, what I don't understand with her taking this job is that why would you take a job with the company that the community where the company operates has complained, has laid complaints concerning environmental issues? Why would you make that decision that you are going to work for that company? I think for me, I question that decision, honestly, you guys. If a company because usually when they talk about environmental issues, it might be something like they are polluting the water or they are polluting the air. And I know in one township here in Durban, there's a company that but they are digging in Tlabati, they are digging sand at a certain place that causes a lot of dust in the township, so people can't clean their windows, they can't clean the good dust and all of that. That's part of the thing. That's one of the things that people can complain about. So it's usually something like that. It's something that affects the community. So companies like that, why would you want to take because most of the time those companies don't really care about communities. They really don't. They're just there to mine whatever it is that they're mining and be gone. If they leave the land destroyed, they just don't, they don't care. Okay, she mentioned in the complaint that she received a window dressing directorship and she was not paid by Ntando Prox. That I don't understand, you guys. How would you say that you are working for a company if you are not paid? Because at least, they should give you your salary. So she just worked there and was not paid. That does not make sense at all. I would work 1 month, exactly 1 month, and be gone, because obviously for the first month you think they're going to pay you. If they don't pay you, you'll be gone. Okay, I was the only director and was the only one that could run the company, but I was bypassed by simply being ignored. I am a proud Zulu woman, and I was bitter when I was sidelined by white males who underestimated me and abused the fact that I am black. Okay, I totally get her complaint, you guys. To be in an environment like that where you think that you are in a position of power, but you realize that you are just there as just the front, but you're not gonna make any decision whatsoever. Like she says, it's like a display. I understand, you guys. It must have been very frustrating for her. Ntando Prox made Makhumalo out to be a person in charge, the sole director and the brains behind the business, when they asked the DMRE for the mining permits. And also the fact that they gave DMRE the impression that she was the brain behind the company. She was basically used, you guys. She was basically used. That misrepresentation played a major role when Dentoprox was awarded the mining permit. The MRE source told the independent media. Okay, Mseleku alleged that baronets didn't tell her what Dentoprox was awarded a mining permit. Didn't tell her that Dentoprox was awarded a mining permit in January this year. Baronets responded saying that Mseleku's allegations are false and defamatory, and that Dentoprox was not required to have any black economic empowerment for the mining permits. You see, now they've got the permit. Now they say they didn't really need to have her there. They confirmed that she was a director from November 2019 to May 2022, but denied any wrongdoing. The DMRA has since suspended the mining permit. Oh, I'm so glad that they did. I'm so glad that they did, because honestly, to use somebody like that and then after that just get rid of them, because if you're not paying the person, obviously they can't stay in that job, but you've already used her face and her name and her details to get the permits. I want black ladies treated with respect commercially as well. Apartheid and black economic exclusion a thing of a past, you guys. I don't know how far she really is going to get with this case, but it sounds like she's determined to hold these individuals accountable for what they did. I don't know, you guys, but I wonder what she was she was supposed to be a director, but like, do what? You know, I wonder what she was supposed to do in that company. But you know, yeah, guys, sometimes whites do that, you know, when they want to, with the government that you have, they feel that if they have you as a face there, they are likely to get certain things, you know. And also, I hope that they didn't use her for other things as well. You know, there's people that have gotten funded by certain institutions, you know, using certain information that they were not supposed to use. So I hope in this case it's not one of those for her where she will end up being implicated in things that have nothing to do with her. Okay, so you guys, I want to hear from you what you think about the story in the comment section. Do you think that she is innocent like she said that she is, or maybe she foresaw that maybe she was gonna be implicated in certain things and thought, you know what, let me go to the police so that they know that I'm innocent with this. I don't know, you guys, but I feel like her story is a story that a lot of people would probably tell. They will probably tell a similar story because it happens to a lot of people. But at least for a lot of people, you will be getting paid for that position. You will be making, if you're a director, you will be making director money. So even when they are using your face, at least you're getting paid for it. So this is a new one where somebody is being used like that, but they're not even getting paid. That for me is like, I don't even know how that happens. Okay, anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.